Brazil, one of the world's most fascinating countries, there are so many things to do in Brazil that adventure-hungry travelers are spoilt for choice. Whether you want to hike in the jungles, lie on the beach or dance in the streets, you can do that here. From tranquil beaches to vibrant cities to lush rainforests, the country spans a huge variety of landscapes. If you're not already captivated by its scenery and biodiversity, you'll be hooked by the culture. There are energy and a love of life that runs through every aspect of Brazilian culture. Samba dancing, drumming and carnival, indigenous and Portuguese influences, mouth-watering food, all of these aspects and more combine to create an atmosphere that you'll want to stay in forever. So, here are the top 10 best places to visit and things to do in Brazil. Number 1, Rio de Janeiro. World famous for its Copacabana and Ipanema beaches, Christ the Redeemer statue, and wild carnival, Rio de Janeiro is absolutely top of the list of things to do in Brazil. We can't pretend it's a quiet place, but it's got a relaxed, carefree attitude that is intoxicating for travelers. Otherwise known as the Cidade Maravilhosa, Marvelous City, here you'll find lush forests and mountains circling the city while the beach acts as the city's backyard. You can hike, surf, sail, or rock climb, or just chill on the sands, if you'd rather. It's a stunning landscape for a city, and you'll never stop appreciating the beauty. Number 2, Fernando de Noronha. The tropical oasis of Fernando de Noronha is in an entire league of its own. The isolated tip of a submerged ocean volcanic, the archipelago of Fernando de Noronha, lies 271 miles, 350 kilometers, off Brazil's northeast coast and consists of 21 islands. A UNESCO World Heritage Site with a sensitive ecosystem, tourist numbers here are restricted to around 450 to 500 people per day. But the lucky few that make it here are duly rewarded. Fernando de Noronha has everything you could want from an unforgettable island getaway. Picturesque scenery, majestic seascapes, fine white sand beaches, bountiful diving, animated snorkeling, turquoise waters, and oh so much more. Only one island in the chain is inhabited, with a population of around 5,000 people. Otherwise, most of the rest of this paradisiacal retreat is left to the seabirds, reptiles, turtles, and exotic marine life. A nature lover's paradise, Fernando de Noronha can be compared to Fiji, an arresting beach island seen straight out of a Hollywood film set. Number 3, Iguazu Falls. As well as fascinating cities, Brazil also has some of the most stunning natural wonders in the world. The awe-inspiring Iguazu Falls are among these. There are 275 separate drops along the 2.7 kilometers of the falls, which separate Argentina and Brazil. From the Brazilian side, you go to the Iguazu National Park to enjoy the spectacle. There's an intricate series of footpaths and walkways that enable visitors to get up close to the natural beauty, and on the Brazilian side, there's a long pathway along the canyon. A must-see for everyone is Devil's Throat, a narrow chasm that takes half of the river's flow along. You can imagine the power and noise of the water there. Get a panoramic view of the falls from the trail or splurge on a helicopter ride for the bird's-eye perspective. Stay in the nearby town of Foz de Iguaçu so you can get up early to beat the heat and the crowds. Then enjoy being mesmerized by the majesty of this remarkable place. Number 4, Recife and Olinda. Recife and Olinda are sister cities on Brazil's northeast coast that stand within sight of each other. Both started life as colonial cities under Portuguese rule, exploiting the vast richness of the New World, but over the centuries Recife has pulled ahead while Olinda has kept its small-town charm. The juxtaposition of both is tantalizing, and ensuring visiting them together is one of the top things to do Brazil. It is rare in the world to find two destinations that contrast and complement each other so completely. On their own, each would be worth a visit, but together, they become one of the absolute top highlights of Brazil. Number 5, Lençóis Maranhenses National Park. A must-visit destination for anyone fascinated by the natural landscape. This 1550 square kilometer national park is a spectacular area filled with dunes, lagoons, and beaches. Its undulating dunes give the park its name. Lençóis means bedsheets, and these expanses really do look like sheets draped across the land. The most convenient way to explore it is to stay at Barreirinhas on the river, although if you don't mind heading somewhere more remote, Santo Amaro and Athens are more peaceful bases. Number 6, Parque Nacional de Chapada Diamantina. An expansive national park in eastern Brazil, Chapada Diamantina attracts adventurous tourists looking for nature, hiking, colonial wonders, and off-the-beaten-track experiences. Parque Nacional de Chapada Diamantina offers everything from day hikes to multi-day journeys. There are plenty of trained local guides happy to help you organize your expeditions once you arrive. Number 7. Ouro Preto. If you're tired of the megacities yet still want to experience town life in Brazil, Ouro Preto is the place to go. It's one of several colonial towns in the state of Minas Gerais that date back to the 18th century gold rush and by far the most beautiful. There's so much joy here in getting lost in the narrow, cobbled, steep streets. It's also one of the more artistic things to do in Brazil, with a range of art galleries and cultural centers showing off the Mineiro art. Number 8. Ilha Grande. Do you dream of cocktails at sunset? White sand under your toes and the sound of waves crashing on the beach? A stress-free location away from chaos where no cars are allowed, prices are low, and your biggest worry will be acai or coconut for lunch? Well then, do we have the island for you? Ilha Grande is a fabulous tropical island located only a few hours bus and boat trip away from Rio de Janeiro on Brazil's stunning southeast coastline. It's a natural paradise with 99% of the island being covered in natural Atlantic rainforest, only one small town and a series of paths crisscrossing the dense vegetation leading to deserted beaches. Number 9. Carnival. From secluded natural beauty to wild and wonderful festivities with a cacophony of noise and color. An annual festival held in February in the run-up to Lent, this is a time where Brazilian cities let loose with parades, music, and dancing. In the southeast region you'll hear a lot more samba, in the northeast, more frevo and maracatu. Whatever the music and wherever you are, shine your sequins and get ready for spectacle galore. Number 10. Bonito. Freshwater snorkeling in heavenly Bonito, one of the best-kept secrets in Brazil, though its popularity is growing. Bonito is an ecotourism hub in Mato Grosso do Sul state in southern Brazil. The encompassing area has garnered a reputation for its crystal-clear rivers, huge, stalactite-covered cavern, and a bounty of colorful fish. While snorkeling in the magical waterways that end in shallow and warm pools as clear as glass is the main highlight, Bonito is also the jumping-off point for expeditions into the Pantanal region, filled with jaguars, boa constrictors, and colorful birds. Then there are the river beaches on clear water lakes, ziplining adventures, paddleboarding, scuba diving, and fantasy waterfalls. An aquarium come to life, Bonito is a jungle-laden paradise with just enough ecotourism operators to make life easy yet not enough to destroy what makes this spot so enchanting. So here are the top 10 best places to visit and things to do in Brazil. Hit the like button and subscribe to channel Lavish Destinations for more interesting videos. See you in the next one.